Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're doing the walking and talking, as you already know, and we're going to be talking about why so many Americans, why so many foreigners, why so many people are moving to Mexico. All right, you already know how we do here. I like to just move the camera around, especially now since the sun came out. Let's just walk around the baseball field, walk around this whole area here as we start talking about why so many people are moving out here. Not just Americans, but foreigners. I say Americans because a lot more Americans are moving out here. That's a fact. But really, it's a lot of foreigners, meaning a lot of people from Europe, a lot of Canadians, a lot of you guys from all over the place. So why are you guys moving out here? Why are we moving out here? What's going on? What's the hubbub about? Well, the reality is that there are a lot of obvious reasons, and then there are some not so obvious reasons. One of the reasons as to why a lot of us, are moving out here to Mexico is simply because, of the cost of living. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's keep it honest. Let's be as as realistic as possible about these things. But the main reason, so I'm just showing you little shops right in front of the baseball field, right in this little neighborhood here. A little frappe shop, a little coffee shop just opened up. So again, one of the main reasons is because of the economic opportunity. Meaning that you yourself can come out here and start a business, start something, definitely develop economically yourself, or you can have your dollar, your euro, your whatever stretch out even further. And so a lot of people, especially these days, they have the ability to work online, or they have their own online business. They got their own situation where they can make enough money. But in their country of origin, again, the USA, Canada, whatever, the first world, a lot of people just can't afford to live anymore. And that's just the reality of it. And so since a lot of people just can't afford to live anymore, they find a way to get out of here, to get out of their country, to get out of their situation, and then find a better solution, find a better place to live. All right, so let's go this way now. All right, as you guys can see, so this is a little bit of a sports park, a little bit of a park that you're going to find just about every neighborhood in most Mexican cities. Again, right now we're in Merida, Yucatan, and this is what a typical little neighborhood park looks like out here. There's so many little neighborhood parks out here. But again, another reason why people move out here is beyond the economic opportunities, beyond that obvious fact, is also simply because of the safety. And yeah, for a lot of people that are watching this, or they're not too sure about Mexico, they will never ever consider safety to be one of the main reasons why you would want to live in Mexico. But if you guys have seen from all of my videos, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of other YouTubers out there, that safety is a major issue out here. And it is really safe out here. Again, the safety issues are really, look at this down power line, or whatever this line is. Let's just assume, okay, it's a phone line, okay? And not a power line, but that's a safety issue. Look at the roads, that's a safety issue. They're not maintained as well as you might be used to. There's other safety issues, you know what I mean? But it's not what you think. A lot of people think, oh, the cartels are out here, or the police are really bad out here, or just the regular people are horrible and they're gonna rob you and do all these horrible things to you. But the reality is that that's not the case. We just assume that's the case because, well, especially as an American, a lot of these things just happen out there randomly all the time, constantly. So people think, of course, they're going to happen even more. It's even more of a factor out here, meaning that, oh, of course, if the police are corrupt in the USA, then they definitely have to be super crazy corrupt in Mexico. Is like, and and everything else that goes with all the other misconceptions, that are obviously just misconceptions. All right, And so again, you know, we got the park over here. They're doing some practice at the other end. Earlier today, they were doing even more practice and playing, and it's just random. You know, right now it's winter. It's another benefit of living out here. In this part of Mexico, it's hot right now. You know, it's in the high 80s, but it's still cool enough where it's nice. So as you guys can see, these are all homes. It's all a little living area here. Church, got a gym up ahead. But the climate, you know, a lot of people also have no idea, you know, but the climate is a major issue as to why people move out here. You know, a lot of people think that Mexico is just hot all the time. It's either tropical and humid like here, or it's the desert, you know, like hot and desert-y. But the reality is that Mexico, you know, has, you know, such environmental, how do I say, it's like there's a lot of environmental differences in throughout the whole country. Sorry, my English not so good sometimes. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, out here, there's mountains, there's hills, you know, there's waterfalls, there's like every single type of environment that you could ever imagine or think of. And a lot of people, you know, again, they always assume it's very hot out here, but the reality is that, hola, saludos. The reality is that it's not that hot out here. I mean, it's not that hot out here in every part of Mexico. In fact, it's the complete opposite. So you see there's a gym right here. Nice busy street over here. We're just walk around, see what kind of trouble we can get into, as usual. And then see, we got over here the people doing some practicing and all that stuff. I think you guys can see it. But yeah, the climate out here is very different, you know. So like in most of Mexico, it's freezing and below freezing and up in the mountains and all this other stuff. And again, most people just they don't even consider that. But that is a true thing, you know. So let's keep that in mind with the weather. But you know, a lot of people, again, they come out here for the weather, you know, because and some people out there, you know, the climate is a lot more harsh than anything you could ever find out here, no matter where you are, no matter what the climate situation is. So another thing, you know, is again the quality of life. You know, the fact that I'm walking out here right now, and this is a typical it's Tuesday afternoon. Right now is a Tuesday afternoon, and I'm just walking through a random neighborhood out here, and we just, you know, see what we can, you know, what's going on here on 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday in your typical neighborhood. Now, if I would have been out a little earlier, there would have been way more kids out, because kids are getting out of school, and then the other kids are going back into school. Okay, and so it's a little different out here when it comes to like the school scheduling and all this other stuff. So just FYI there. But yeah, so you know, a lot of people out here, they just, you know, they're able to live their life with true freedom. And that's another reason why a lot of people want to live out here and move out here, is because they're losing freedom in their countries of origin, wherever that is. And a lot of people never thought in a million years that they would lose freedom where they're from, but they have. And unfortunately it's not the same. You know, like a lot of people, you know, in order for them to achieve the American dream these days, they actually have to come to a country like Mexico. And the American dream is alive and well out here, as I've said many times before. And this is the reality of it. And so, you know, fortunately, you know, a lot of people that are out there that thought they had freedom and thought that they lost it, you know, can now very quickly, you know, attain it again by simply moving to another country. And in this case, this country, the country of Mexico, which is you know, very free. And it's funny because a lot of people just have no idea of the freedom that there is out here until you come out here. In fact, you know the old saying that you really don't know what you have until you lose it. And so for a lot of people, they thought they had freedom in their country of origin, only to quickly realize in the last few years that that didn't exist. There was no freedom. It was just a lie the whole time. And then they come out here, or they've been out here, or they actually do know what real freedom is, and then they're flocking out here to this country because they understand the true value of freedom, and they're willing to put up with a bunch of other things they might not enjoy or like or what have you, simply for that freedom, simply because of that freedom that you can have out here that you just cannot have in most places these days. And that's just the reality of it. So, you know, freedom is one of the major things, you know, that a lot of people, they don't even know until, you know, they don't have it. You know, another, you know, a very important reason, you know, for a lot of people to move out here, and again, a lot of people don't really talk about this, is a fresh start. You know, the fact that when you're moving out here, when you're doing any kind of major move, any big move, anything like that, you know, one of the things that a lot of people, you know, that a lot of people go through no matter what, is just the fact that it is a major change. And then a lot of times it's a fresh start. You know, if you're moving across the city, if you're just moving, you know, to another zip code, if you're just moving, you know, half an hour away or wherever, you know, it's not really that big of a fresh start per se, even though it is a fresh start. But the reality is that it's not really much of a fresh start in comparison to if you were to move to literally another country, if you were literally to move to another zip code like that is in another country. Yeah, sorry, I know I repeated myself there. Bruh. Look at this awesome art. But yeah, again, you know, a lot of people move out here because, you know, of a fresh start. The fact that, you know, for whatever reason, they had to leave their country, they had to leave their area behind, they had to leave, you know, what they know, and start over. And this is a great spot. You know, whether you want people to know that you're here or not, this is a great place for a fresh start, because everything for the most part is easy. Again, the hardest, most difficult thing I think for most people to grasp is the language thing, and we talked about that in the last episode, and we've talked about that before in other episodes. But you know, the reality is that, you know, outside of that, let's say you already know the language, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, and you'll be able to do, you'll have a fresh start out here, because nobody knows who you are, nobody cares who you are, and everything is you know, starting from fresh, you know, whether you like it or not. And simply because of the nature of you having to come to a completely different country, that even though there are a lot of similarities to where you might be from and other things that you might be used to, the reality is that it's still like a brand new thing, a very brand new thing, and something that you need to, you know, get used to. And again, for a lot of people, they're looking for that fresh start. They need that fresh start. They yearn for that fresh start. And you know, just moving out here is a great way to get that going. And a lot of people, again, that's why they move out here. I mean, it's not just the obvious, you know, cost of living. It's not just the obvious, you know, other examples, you know, like the safety, because again, for a lot of people right now, they're more concerned with the safety in their own countries simply because of political views. Again, you know, my parents and my background is Cuban, for a lot of people that know or don't know me, and so the whole political issue thing is you know, it's pretty recent, and I can definitely you know, how do I say, speak more on that subject than the average person, simply because my parents fled Cuba, and they had to flee a country simply because their political views, their opinions were completely different with the mainstream at the moment back in their countries. And so, you know, a lot of countries these days, you know, I never thought in a million years that a country like the USA or Canada or, you know, any country like that, you know, would be you know, going through these issues in which, you know, they have to, you know, protect their civil rights, you know, their First Amendment for those that have it, you know, the right to free speech, the right to political choice, and I can go on and on. And so, as crazy as it sounds, you know, for a lot of people, they never thought in a million years that the main reason for them to leave, you know, the USA, for them to leave, you know, their country of origin, would be because of political issues, and or, you know, just a change or difference of opinion, in which, you know, can cause a lot of discomfort for you to live where you currently are. And a lot of people, they just want to live their life. A lot of people just want to be left alone. They don't want anything from you. They don't want anything from anybody. They just want to live their life. And the reality is that, you know, again, for a lot of people, they can't even live their life anymore because they don't even want to play the game. You know, meaning, you know, for some people, it has gotten so bad that they can't even have no opinion. Because for a lot of people, having no opinion is an opinion. Having no opinion is an opinion. And because of that, that's enough for them to, you know, just not be able to live as comfortably as they would love to live, you know, where they reside. And it's just as crazy as that sounds, but that's just the reality of it. And so, of course, you know, when all of a sudden there's countries like Mexico out there in which you can live, you know, free. You can live, you know, freely, not for free. But anyways, a country where you can live in freedom. A country in which you can afford to live, one shape, form, or another. As you guys can see, so many people can afford to live here, no matter what it is you do. And again, I'm going to be making plenty of videos on business going forward, because for a lot of you guys, me included, working online is not necessarily a great option, and not something that you want to do per se, like have a 9-to-5 job online. But again, you can come out here and eventually start your own business and have your own income coming from your own hard work. Okay, and if you already have a business, you can transfer it and move it out here. Okay, and just do it here like a lot of people do. Or just start your own new business that might be catering to the local people or the local community. Or you don't even have to do that. You can simply, you know, just create something new. Out here you have so much more breathing room. You have so much more chance to really go beyond your potential. And that's the thing, you know, that's why a lot of people move out here. You know, it starts off with something simple like yeah, sorry about that. Seems like I had a little bit of a issue with the heat. You know, as you already know, sometimes the battery dies, sometimes the GoPro dies because of the heat, no matter what. So anyways, all right, back to what we were saying, back to what we were talking about. Hola, saludos. So yeah, long story short, as I was saying, you know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of reasons, a lot of freaking reasons, you know, why people move out here. You know, so many reasons. Hola. Hola. A lot of reasons why, you know, why people move out here. And dímelo, saludos. So yeah, like as I was saying, you know, sorry, I got distracted and I forgot what I was saying earlier, but I will get back on track right now as I'm walking. So as I was saying, you know, there's a lot of reasons why a lot of people move out here. You know, it might start off simply as I'm moving out here for cost of living. I'm moving out here for freedom. I'm moving out here because I want a better quality of life. I'm moving out here for XYZ reason. And once you're out here, once you're living out here, once, you know, you've actually spent time out here, you quickly start to realize, oh, wait a minute, there's just so many more reasons as to why I love it out here, and why I want to live out here, and why I want to be out here forever, or for a very long time. I mean, again, you know, not everybody's a little different. Oh man, look at this truck there. Anyways, and so that's just the reality of it. So, you know, everyone has their reason. Everyone has you know, why, you know, they want to be out here. But once they're out here, you know, like I said, I've made many videos on this before, you know, where for a lot of people, you know, once they're out here, they quickly realize this is not for me. I don't want to live this kind of life. I don't want to be out here. I don't want to be with this environment, with these people, this whole thing. And they end up, you know, just going back to where they're from. But I think a lot of people watching these videos in particular, if you're still watching this video in particular, if you're still here with me and you watch a lot of these videos that I like to make and are interested in the topics that I'm always talking about here on this channel, then most likely you'll come out here and you'll love it. And that's just the reality of it. And you might, again, like I said, you might come out here with just a basic reason, like, oh, I want a really good retirement. You know, I want to enjoy my retirement. I want to enjoy my life. I want to, you know, whatever the reason, as we've discussed and I've repeated over and over again in this episode. But the reality is that eventually, you know, it all boils down to, you know, the fact that you quickly realize once you're out here that life is so different. Life is so much more better. In fact, man, I don't know, at least for me, the longer I'm here, the more I want to stay here. The longer I'm here, the more I'm here, the more I realize I should have been here a long time ago. Hey guys. Like, the longer I'm here, the more I realize everything that I've wanted, everything that I've been missing in my life, everything that that I always thought that I can never get, everything that I thought, like, oh my God, how come, you know, this idea was sold to me back in my country and it doesn't exist anymore. Everything from being able to fall in love, everything about like the American dream, anything you can imagine as it pertains to, you know, what they sold you and what you got. Once you're living out here, you quickly realize, oh, wait a minute, it's all alive and well out here. Everything is alive and well out here. You know, meaning everything I wanted, you know, like, again, I've fallen happily in love with my wife. I got a nice family. I got a nice life. I got a nice career. I got freedom. I got everything I've always wanted and then some. And all I had to do was move out here. That's all I really had to do, was just move to this wonderful, amazing country in which, you know, I myself cannot wait to become a citizen, to really be part of this country, be part of this community, because I feel more accepted and more loved out here in this country that doesn't even know me. They don't even, I'm a double immigrant. Like I said, you know, I'm Cuban and also American, and I'm out here in a country that, again, it's Mexico, and the US, you know, where I come from, hasn't been very nice to a lot of the people here, and yet I am welcome here with love and open arms, and it's a beautiful thing to live out here. I mean, honestly, I am constantly in shock and awe as to how beautiful and amazing it is out here. I am constantly feel blessed, you know, by the fact that I got to move out here. I got to live out here. I got to experience this, and I'm still here. And, you know, again, just constantly thankful of the fact that my crazy ass a long time ago decided to come out here before it was cool, before it was a thing. And not just come out here, but to live out here, to thrive out here, and to, again, reinvent myself again, and to really be able to enjoy life, you know. And here I am, you know, very thankful, very happy that I am here. And my goodness, you know, I cannot wait to, you know, continue living out here and continue showing you what it is to live out here, whether I'm walking and talking or driving around or whatever. And you already know the deal, guys. If you find any kind of value in any one of these videos and any of this content that I make, you already know what to do. Don't forget to, you know, please like and subscribe, especially subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But again, you know, if you want to continue to help you know, the show, or you can, you know, you can simply also, you know, leave $1, leave $5, you know, leave anything, you know, share the video. You don't have to leave anything at all. But again, you know, if any of this has helped you and you want to help back, you want to help the community of other people that are watching these videos and will continue to watch these videos in the future, then please, you already know what to do. Let's all help each other out here. We're all one big, happy community. So, with all that being said, I'm already here at the truck, and so that means we gotta wrap it up, as you already know. All right, so here it is. Here's the truck. Let's leave it like this, all right? Let's leave this way. So, all right, guys, you already know the deal. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.